Johnson. I'm currently a junior here at Gabelli, and I have concentration in entrepreneurism.
My name is Anthony Parente. I am a junior. My major is marketing. My minor is computer science, and I'm interested in the entrepreneurism concentration.
Hi, my name is Enzo Besso. I am a senior at Fordham, majoring in finance and minoring in economics.
I'm Christian Bizignano. I'm the year of 2020, and I'm majoring in business administration with concentrations in finance and entrepreneurship.
I've always been interested in starting my own business when I get older, so I thought that the entrepreneurism concentration was something awesome that Fordham has here to offer, and a lot of the classes here that we take are definitely something that I feel will help my career going forward.
Well, I've pretty much been in and around the entrepreneurship field since I was a freshman, or actually even a bit before that. I started working on a few projects with friends in high school and really just thought like, okay, these are some world-beating ideas, and if we make it happen and we turn this into a business, we'll become millionaires. So kind of the aspiration of being a millionaire and like us being like these rascally little kids that didn't want to follow the rules kind of just drove me to think that like, all right, I need to figure out how to do this because I don't have the tools of doing this. So I had to try to learn as much as possible from the people around me. So I figured out, there's entrepreneurship programs at Fordham, so that kind of led me to Fordham. I went to the entrepreneurship conference when I was a senior in high school, and that opened my eyes to like, whoa, there's like a big wide world of entrepreneurship around me that I can learn from.
I got interested in entrepreneurship because growing up, both of my parents tried to start their own businesses. And just seeing them go through the whole process multiple times really gave me an interest in entrepreneurship. Even though I'm a finance major, I got involved in entrepreneurship my freshman year through a program called Social Impact 360, wherein they select 15 freshman fellows throughout the whole freshman class to mentor and guide to think about entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship and how businesses can solve complex problems while also making money. So through that, I started my own business called Ventier. We are a modular backpack company. We're backed by Kenneth Cole Productions, and we signed a partnership deal with a highly acclaimed industrial design firm.
I chose that major because it allowed me to experience both fields in entrepreneurship and finance and be able to graduate with a degree, because I was debating between whether I wanted to be an entrepreneur or be someone who worked on Wall Street, but I figured that if I was able to learn about both the finance industry and entrepreneurship industry, I could possibly have a job in venture capitalism, which is a cross between investment and working with startups, because I really enjoy their culture.
The intro class with Professor Jansen, exploring entrepreneurial vision, it definitely gives anyone that wants to be an entrepreneur or start their own business some good insight into what goes on in the life of an entrepreneur, and basically gives you the ins and outs of how to start your business, and touches upon some things that you may not realize owning your own business. It's not your typical 9-to-5 job. You really have to put a lot more into it than say a typical entry-level job. So I really think that you have to be really dedicated to be an entrepreneur. So
the real pivotal class for me was in my freshman year. Professor Jansen brought us out to Silicon Valley in our Inside Tech Ventures class. So in that class we learned a little bit about the Silicon Valley ecosystem and understanding pretty much the epicenter of entrepreneurship in the world. What's the history behind it, why it's such a good place for entrepreneurship, and pretty much all the mechanisms inside, venture capital. You think Apple was started in a garage there, Google was started in a garage there. So we learned why, and then we got to actually visit and immerse ourselves into that culture. And we visited a whole bunch of incubators out there, visited some awesome companies out there, also got to meet Tim Draper out there, amongst other really awesome things. So it was a great pivotal class in my Fordham experience.
So Fordham has helped me by giving me resources such as the Fordham Foundry, which is an entrepreneurship incubator here off campus. Through that, I'm able to meet fellow entrepreneurs, speak about our difficulties and learn from each other, but also get guidance from professors such as Professor Sussberg, who can help us think of our problems and align our thoughts in a way that we can act upon them. So being a finance major really helped me because through my classes here at Fordham, I'm able to learn about companies through sort of a financial sense. Understand how companies I look up to are doing based on their financial statements, and sort of apply those ways of thinking into my own business, into how we can increase revenues or even look at industries in new light to find opportunities in them.
Well, from the entrepreneurship classes I've taken with Professor Jansen, she's a really good professor. I took Inside Tech Ventures with her last year, and I got to go to San Francisco and learn about how big companies such as AT&T are still running incubators to create a startup feeling within the companies. And I also learned about smaller companies and how they're able to start off and how they're able to get original funding and from there expand. And I really think that Fordham's programs do a great job of educating people on how these companies start, and with an area such as the Foundry providing students the tools to not only find a job within these companies but start these type of companies themselves.
I definitely would recommend it to anybody that's on the fence or a little iffy about it, just because I think you can never be too sure about wanting to start your own business. So I think that definitely looking more into this concentration and taking some of these courses, I think for me personally, it's just inspired me to start my own business even more. And so I'm really happy that I chose this concentration, and it's something that I thank the school and the professors here for offering.
So entrepreneurship is going to be a big part of my life. It already is. But yeah, I don't see myself in a corporate job anytime in the future. It's really hard to see myself in a corporate job. So I'll definitely be able to utilize the skills that I've learned at Fordham while experimenting with entrepreneurship in my daily life. And with all those learnings, take it into the real world where there's a lot more risk, and I'll be thankful for being able to, risk a lot, or, make mistakes while in college and not risk a lot, and then go out into the real world a more prepared entrepreneur.
So I think entrepreneurship is always vital because, in a sense, entrepreneurship is problem solving, and there's always going to be ways to do things better. So the way I look at startups, they address problems that people in society don't usually think about, and through their products or services, they're able to deliver a more streamlined or a more optimized experience that benefits the user.
Start thinking about what type of field they want to specialize in to be an entrepreneur, what type of field they want to disrupt, and also just start researching the courses they can take right away, because a lot of them are meant to be taken junior and senior year, a little bit sophomore year too. But if I hadn't taken that course as a freshman, I wouldn't have my internship at a startup in New York right now. The class I took allowed me to have some expertise and be able to talk my way through that interview. Yeah, my recommendation to them is to get involved with that concentration or the Foundry as early as you can, because it's a lot of fun, and the more early you get involved with, the more likely it is for you to come up with your own idea and start a company or find a job or internship at a good startup.